Hi, welcome to ProntoTunes version 1. After many months of development, we're finally ready to launch, and we're going to walk through some of the new features that have happened in the past 3 to 6 months. So let's get started. So the first thing, as this is remote's never talked to iTunes or Apple TV before, is the devices need to be paired. So we've managed to build in pairing actually into the Pronto with no third-party applications required, and we can just go add remote, just pop over to my other PC, which punch in the numbers. And there we go, so it's now paired, and then we can just go to connect, and then we'll just start up and grab some bits and pieces, and basically some gold wrap, which, as most of you will know, whenever you see my videos, there's usually at least one cover of gold wrap. So this is the now playing screen. You've got instant access to the menu via touchscreen, because a lot of Apple iPhone users are used to primarily using a touchscreen. We've tried to mimic as much as possible by using the touchscreen, but also for regular Pronto users, you can also use the hard buttons as well. So you can access the menu from the menu button there, or from the traditional menu button. We've got a customized power and Wi-Fi icon, and that also works as the sender indicator for IR and RS232. It just has a little white indicator bar that goes up through there, which is kind of cute. You have your speaker here, which if you tap once will bring up a draggable volume slider. You can bring up the good old drag bar and basically move to anywhere at any point in the song that you're after. You can fast forward, holding your finger on the button. You can also actually touch the screen and fast forward the button. A lot of people commented that on Pronto Squeeze, so in the next release we'll finally have it, so everybody can give me a break on that one. You can also get access to any airports, Apple TVs, directly from here. So currently we're talking to iTunes. So yeah, I've got an airport around, and I've also got an Apple TV, and you can simply just click on those. If we go label that, basically it's now enabled, or you can simply disable it. Okay, now let's go to the main menu. So from here you've got your traditional artist albums, playlists and more, which has your movies, TV shows, podcasts, everything else, your genres, and you can search albums, artists and tracks, and you also have Choose Library. Choose Library enables you to switch between any available Apple iTunes and Apple TV on the network. It'll basically scans the network for it, so you don't have to configure anything. The only thing you need to configure up is generally one player to start with, and from that you can then select any other players. In the settings, we've set it up that you can actually have customized control of your volume and mute for each player. You assign the IP address, and then you can assign the IR codes or RS232 codes to your volume plus and minus. There's also a startup option as well, so that if that player is ever selected from here, it automatically can switch your amp imports or turn your TV on or whatever you need. Okay, so let's bring up some artists. We have to have a process indicator in there. We implement it because decoding the information coming back from iTunes is actually kind of complex. So rather than giving you a blank screen and going, what's happening, we thought it better to take a little bit more extra time to actually show you what's happening, so you know something is actually going on. So pretty much the same. We can just work through here. Okay, some Sleepy Jackson. So pretty much similar to what I'm used to on an iPod, and then you can just pick which track from here you want to listen to in the album, and that'll come up. It takes a couple of seconds to bring down the cover up, and there you go. And then of course you have your good old turn your shuffle on and turn your repeat on. It's not hard, easy doing this looking over the back of the camera. So that's basically the now playing side. We can bring up here, bring up the menu, go back to home, and we'll bring up to choose a library. So this is basically scanning the network, and so you can got your, so we've currently got Apple TV, which is of course my Apple TV, and Nicholas's, which is my laptop. So if we switch to Apple TV, it'll basically needs to get some information. Now at this point, in iTunes you'll find that if nothing's playing it will go directly to the main menu. With the Apple TV it doesn't. It leaves you on this screen mainly so that you can use your cursors and to navigate around. So we've actually managed to work out how to control Apple TV using TCP/IP versus using IR. So for iTunes, it's for Apple TV, sorry, it's a little bit different. The menu button here controls the menu for Apple TV, and the guide button actually takes you to the menu. That's probably the major difference. The other major difference between the two is we actually list movies, music videos, and TV shows directly in the main menu. Other than that, it's the two of them are pretty much identical. So let's just bring up something in iTunes. Let's bring up, say, what have I got under TV shows? Not much at the moment. Some classic cartoons from when I was a kid. It's Rocko's Modern Life. It's quite funny if you've never seen it. And so yeah, so that's basically get your access straight to the movies. And again, you can fast forward the track, or you can do the old click and drag if you want to fast forward. Just bring up let's bring that up again. One thing you'll notice in here is you'll notice that it doesn't actually have a what volume it's at, because this has been assigned to hard volume. So if we press that, you can actually see that little funky indicator moving. It doesn't actually show you the volume level. That's one other slight difference, and you can obviously get to a volume slider, but if you hold it down you can get access to any airports. Just one other thing we'll show you, and you can get back. We'll do a quick show you search, which is, if you've seen Pronto Squeeze, it's pretty much the same. So we can go search an artist, and it would be wrong not to go good old Goldfrapp. And we can select that. We can go all songs and get that playing. And so there we have it. There's, in a nutshell, ProntoTunes. As always look forward to getting feedback, and hope you all enjoy. Thanks.